It's Peaches here, and this is Peaches Pit Party, the podcast. A lot of puh sounds with that title. A replay of today's full show, which you can hear weekday afternoons live on K-Barrel 101. I hope you like what I have to say, and if not, well, then I'm sorry, not sorry. Enjoy. Well, it has been a very weird Monday so far. Almost like 75% of the people in this office have already left for the day for a variety of reasons. I will not get into that on the air, but it's just been empty around here. I just got back from my lunch break not that long ago. It's empty around town, and then I realized, oh yeah, today is Columbus Day / Indigenous People Day. Some people get to have a 3-day weekend, which I yell, oh, good for you. If you do, I'm here. 208-535-1015 is the number to reach me. Here to bring you the best show that I can. Sometimes, if there's hardly any content out there, I sometimes wonder, do people actually enjoy what I'm talking about? There's some rock news that I already talked about on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, powered by Jalisco's. I talked about Bad Omens at the Mayhem Fest. Noah had that awesome burnt face ski mask looking thing on him. Looked cool. Coheed and Cambria was told not to play their biggest album at the When We Were Young festival because the album is too long and it wouldn't fit within the allotted time that Coheed and Cambria is allowed for the When We Were Young festival. We have a few listeners going out to Vegas for that festival. I highly recommend, if you do go there, share some photos in the K-Barrel 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook page, the Facebook group. Share some photos and videos there. For any concert, really, do that, please. Love to see it. You're capturing those photos and videos for a reason. Share them, you know? I saw a lot of people go to the Korn, Gojira, and Spirit Box show, both in Boise and Salt Lake City. I knew a couple people that went to both shows, which that would be a lot of traveling that I would not be up for. This upcoming weekend, going to be out in Boise at the Wage War Era Throne Fame on Fire show. That is going to be awesome. We're going to have a lot of shows coming up here because we're reaching that middle point of October, and like I said before, October is full of shows coming to the area. You can check out that concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com. It's been a very weird Monday, but I'll try my best to brighten it up and hopefully do well this afternoon. It's Peach's Pit Party on K-Barrel 101. This could potentially work for a To Peach Their Own. Maybe today's To Peach Their Own. Rolling Stone released their list of the top 50 most disappointing albums of all time. Topping the list is John Lennon's third album, 1972's Sometime in New York City, which Rolling Stone writer Andy Green says is as disposable as the newspaper on the cover. He bounced back with Mind Games in 1973, leaving Sometime in New York City little more than an unfortunate time capsule from a troubled time, is what he calls it. What else is there? Oh, number 2, the Rolling Stones' 1967 effort, their Satanic Majesty's Request, which even Mick Jagger said in 1995 wasn't very good. Yeah, if I were in a band, I'd be like, yeah, my second album could use some improvement, but it is what it is. It happened. It's there. Some people might enjoy it. Bob Dylan Self-Portrait. I think anything from Bob Dylan is terrible. Bob Dylan Self-Portrait at number 3. You got David Bowie's Tonight at number 4. And then you have Guns N' Roses' Chinese Democracy at number 5, which Victor has said in the past is what he thinks is the best GNR album. He loves that album. I'm sure I'll talk about this list with him some more tomorrow when he decides to come to work, but I'm going to have to ask the question for To Peach Their Own today. What is the most disappointing album by your favorite band? See if people even actually listen to albums from their favorite bands. For the most part, it's singles now. I would have to say the most disappointing album of 2024 has to be the Falling in Reverse album. Don't get me wrong, most of those tracks are great, but some of them have been out since 2020. There are only 4 new songs on that album, and most of them are not that great, especially that prequel track. And if you disagree with me, that's why the segment is called To Peach Their Own. I'll save that for the 4 p.m. hour here on Peach's Pit Party. A video game inspired by A Quiet Place. They're adding a creepy level of real-life interaction. This is really, really cool. A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead has a setting where players can turn on their microphones and their headsets to detect the volume of sounds they are making in real time. They will attract the game's monsters that are sensitive to sound. The game is out on Thursday. I'm going to recommend this to Victor. I would love to see Victor try to stream this, especially that studio microphone, and just to watch him like I don't know, watch him be scared trying to play this game. I feel like if you had other family members or even a roommate in your place and you saw your roommate or family member playing this game, you would try your best to distract them. But it's still a cool concept. I remember when the Xbox 360 had had some of the consoles. You can buy an Xbox 360 with the Kinect installed. Some people got in trouble with the Kinect playing games like NBA 2K, where some guy on YouTube, he still has the video up there, he cussed at the referee in his own home and got a technical foul, and the other team got the chance to shoot free throws. I feel like that's sort of creepy, but funny and cool at the same time. And this right here is your Shot Clock Sports Update. The 2024-25 NHL regular season is underway, so the battle for the Stanley Cup is officially on. EA Sports fired up their simulations using the NHL 25 video game and concluded that the New York Rangers are going to take home the trophy by winning a 7-game final series against the Edmonton Oilers. We'll see if they end up being correct. In baseball, because of changing media contracts and companies, Major League Baseball will be stepping up and producing local games for the Cleveland Guardians, Milwaukee Brewers, and Minnesota Twins in 2025. The goal is to remove blackouts where possible and offer special features during broadcasts such as the ump cam, live look-ins to the replay booth, and increased in-game interviews with players. This is weird. Endurance. Got some endurance news here. It looks like a member of the Oregon Army National Guard may have reclaimed a Guinness World Record title by performing 1,027 chest-to-ground burpees in 1 hour. Major Tommy Vu previously set the record at 1,003 in March of 2023, but his record was later broken by a Dutch man named Habtamu Frank, who did 1,010 burpees in 1 hour. Vu took another run at the record, and it seems he got it, and now he just has to wait for the folks at Guinness World Records to confirm it. Imagine doing 1,000 in the first place. Some guy beats you, and you go, okay, I'll do it again, but this time a little bit more. That's wild. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Today, besides it being Indigenous People Day or Columbus Day, it's Be Bald and Free Day. Like I usually like to avoid the talking of the stupid national holidays. Like today is also National Dessert Day. I just saw it was Be Bald and Free Day, and I went, oh yeah, that's right. I'm part of that club now. Same with Victor. Same with Josh from Classy. There's a few bald people in the building here, and Victor always encourages people to shave their head, to follow that route. And the reason why I did is I was kind of tired of getting snide comments from people saying, hey, you should go for it, or why do you still have what's left of your hair on your head? I just decided, hey, you know what? Enough's enough. And the night before my birthday, it was August 28th, I just went home and I just immediately went to the bathroom, grabbed the razor, and went zzz, zzz, got it all off. I have definitely not regretted it. And Victor and I have talked about that subreddit r/bald, where guys are like, should I do it? Should I do it? And everyone's always encouraging, going, hey, go for it. You'll look much better. It took a little bit of time for me to get used to. The only person who was opposed by it was my own mom. And I think it was because she didn't want me to look like her sister's son. Because now we're both, tall, of course. That was a given thing. He's about 6'6". I'm 6'9". We both have beards now. My mom was against the whole beard thing. And now that I shaved my head, and he's also the same way, we both look like we could be brothers, but we're actually just cousins. And I haven't seen him in forever, but I see his pictures on Facebook. I'm like, yep, I'm definitely related to that guy. He looks very similar to me. So if you're on the brink of shaving your head, I say go for it. It's Be Bald and Free Day. Today's the perfect day to do it. I was looking at this list here on the radio prep of these are America's dirtiest cities. A lawn starter study out of 300 major cities measured the dirtiest urban areas in America. The survey, which took pollution, living conditions, infrastructure, and dissatisfaction into consideration, found that San Bernardino, California, is the dirtiest city in the United States. I saw a video yesterday of the top 10 worst cities to go to in California. San Bernardino topped the list. I have been to a few cities like Inglewood, Compton, Downey, California, parts of Downey, California. I would say those are much worse compared to San Bernardino. I haven't spent too much time in San Bernardino, but I guess it must have went way down since the last time I was there to be considered now the dirtiest city in the U.S. Do they even care that they were labeled that? If I was the mayor of that city and I was told, hey, some study just happened and yeah, it says here that San Bernardino, California is now the dirtiest city in the United States. I mean, Detroit, Reading, Newark, and Ontario round out the top 5 behind it. To say that you're dirtier and worse than Detroit, that's saying something. If you want to know what the cleanest city is, though, in America, Lynchburg, Virginia. It also has the ugliest name, Lynchburg, Virginia. Low pollution and low dissatisfaction rank. So, congratulations to Lynchburg, too, I guess. I saw this in the radio prep. I'm like, sure, let's talk about it. Which Halloween candies are more expensive this year? Inflation has come for overall everything, especially Halloween candy. According to Coupon Follow data, Three Musketeers is now the most expensive Halloween candy at 79 cents an ounce. This is a price increase of 73% since last year. Milky Way bars cost a whopping 97% more than last year. Skittles, however, are the cheapest at just 32 cents per ounce. Non-chocolate candies seem to have suffered from inflation the least. Sour Patch Kids and Starburst are costing less than 40 cents per ounce. I'm taking it that if I were to go out trick-or-treating, which that would be a fun radio experiment to see if I were to go out trick-or-treating by myself, I would be in costume, would people give me candy? And how many families out there, how many people would go, aren't you a little old to be trick-or-treating? And then I have to yell back at them, don't you dare ever say that again. I hate people who do that. I've talked about that on the show plenty of times. I was also thinking like, well, if I do hand out candy instead of doing that whole trick-or-treating experiment thing, I think it would be funny to go off that idea that Victor and I had, and I buy a whole bunch of the greatest hits of Poison CDs, and I hand those out to kids, and I post it on social media saying, hey, I gave out Poison to kids on Halloween, and the title itself would shock people, but then they see me just handing out Poison's greatest hits. I think that would make a great viral video. Nobody steal my idea. I don't know why I shared that on the air. I've seen and also heard firsthand a lot of people who are in the Gen Z crowd having trouble trying to find a job, trying to get employers to hire them. Well, Pizza Hut is aiming to help you in the hunt for your next job with a project they're calling Resumes, R-E-S-Z-A-M-E-S, understanding that 75% of resumes are never read. They've come up with the idea of printing your resume directly on a pizza box, making it practically impossible to ignore. Even better, the company will deliver the box and the pizza inside to your prospective employer of choice, free of charge, provided they're located in New York City. Oh, come on. How about, you know what? Let's just say here, you know what? Let's not use Pizza Hut's idea. No, let's use it, but then just take the pizza ourselves. If you're really looking for a job and you want some business to hire you, why not take this idea, have somebody print out your resume onto a pizza box, whether it be like a store like Staples or something like that, and you deliver that pizza firsthand to their desk. I'm sure you'll get the job. I think that's a really, really, really cool idea. I'm going to save that. If I ever need to update my resume and actually apply to a different position, maybe I'd go to the studio of K-Rock in Los Angeles because they're looking for a new afternoon show host. Why not have my dad personally deliver a pizza box with a pizza inside that has my resume on top to hand deliver to them? Officers in Oregon report that a bag labeled "definitely not a bag of drugs" was in fact filled with meth, surprisingly. Wednesday morning, Portland police pulled over Reginald Reynolds. Wow, what a name that is. Reginald. Imagine carrying a baby for 9 months and then naming your son Reginald. And not on top of that, having your last name be Reynolds, so you go Reginald Reynolds. And passenger Mia Bagenstos. And a search uncovered a handgun, half a pound of methamphetamine, and a pipe, $1,360 in cash in the bag with the misleading label. The pair were charged with possession of a stolen vehicle and methamphetamine tracking. Now, did they write the not a bag of drugs? Oh, no. So this is a joke on a bag already. that they must have bought and then said, you know what, this would distract cops from looking in this bag if we ever get pulled over. Because it looks like one of those dumb handbags you would see at like a swap meet and go, oh, you know what, that's funny. Let's buy this and fill it up with my cell phone, maybe some Altoids, I don't know, whatever you put in a purse, right? And then this person's like, no, let's actually just fill it up with real drugs and that will distract the cops. No, they got pulled over, they got arrested, they're done for. What a pair of stupid criminals. If you're not familiar with the streamer IShowSpeed, you can look this up if you really want to. You can look up some of his stuff, but he tried breaking the world record of the most backflips in a row, and he quit after an outstanding 660 flips last week on Tuesday. He said he could no longer move. He was done after 660. Somehow, some dude named Nico Scheiker in 2019 completed 1,001 backflips in 24 hours. That is utterly absurd. I can't even do one. I can't even do a half. And this guy did it live on stream. IShowSpeed did it on stream with many of his millions of followers watching along, cheering him on. I think he said he was temporarily paralyzed too after that attempt. 660 backflips would certainly do something to you. If you remember in the early 2000s when we were all obsessed with watching Exhibit piece together the most outlandish cars as part of that MTV show, Pit My Ride, well, someone called the MTV producers because the popular Korean snack food brand, is it Bibigo? Bibigo has a new car they're going to want to see. It's a fully kitted out dashboard kitchen, which is what you think it is, a fully functioning kitchenette that's designed to make it easier for influencers to join the growing social media trend of eating and reviewing food in the comfort of their car. I myself, I was looking into this because I now take my lunch breaks within my car. We used to have this room here in the building where I would eat my food, but that room is going to be soon changed and all of that. I used to have my own desk here. Now I practically live in the K-Bear and Cannonball studios, and both of the studios we're not allowed to have food or drink inside of, so I just eat in my car because there I can just watch whatever I want. I can use the AC. Don't have to worry about people bothering me. I was thinking about getting one of those trays you can attach to the steering wheel and eat my food that way and have it be useful for when I go on like a road trip and I want to pull off to the side and have a quick bite, put it out then. Maybe something to keep in your car. For sure, but I'm not going to go out and buy this car as my next car with the fully functioning kitchenette. You're bound to have a whole lot of issues with this vehicle. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoy the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.